My name is Dr. Kimberly Erb, and this is what we call your recipe night, and we are going to be doing heart-healthy foods for recipe night. Now let me tell you how recipe night works in our office. What we'll do tonight and what we do for recipe nights is generally we'll have recipes laying out in the office that are what we call core plan and advanced plan recipes. And I'll get into what that means because half of you may not know. But they're recipes from these books here. This is the Maximize Living Nutrition Plan book, and this is called the Cruise Ship or Nursing Home book right here, okay? And so they're recipes from this book, and I know my husband's gonna come up and say hi because he can't stand to share the stage. Okay, so what people do is they generally bring a recipe that maybe would feed their family, you know, so you bring your friends and you just bring enough food that'll feed your family. And what's really fun is that we have a table in this room, inside the room in that doorway there, that's filled with meals that we have labels that are core plan recipes and advanced plan recipes. And so what we'll do here in a minute is we'll pray over the food, we'll bless it, and then we'll ask God to multiply it. And we'll go in the room and we'll each take a plate and try some different things. And gives you an opportunity on recipe nights to be able to try a whole lot of things. And really, I think for the most part, really encourage you to know that eating healthy can be really good. Right? It's not like you're starving yourself, and so and fun. And so it's really fun also to be able to meet different people in here and see how they try to make different things and how maybe they might make it more efficiently, right? And make it taste a little bit better. For example, I'm going to do a pizza demonstration later today because it is a heart-healthy food. It's a cauliflower crust, so heart-healthy food, right? Remember that. And so I'll do that, and I have a few people in this audience here that have actually made this pizza recipe many, many, many times, and so we'll call upon them and have them give us a few little, you know, tidbits on how to make it more efficiently, Angelique, right? And so for those of us who maybe bump our, you know, bust our toes and, you know, whatever on trying to make this recipe, we're going to learn how to make it from some of the pros in the audience. So this is really a time, I'll share some things, I'll go through the difference between the core and the advanced plan. I also have a demonstration I'm going to do here to show you how to make taco salad that's actually from this book here. And you'll learn how to make taco salad where you don't have to have corn chips, and it's super healthy, so without the grains. And since my staff doesn't usually ever get any food on recipe night and they're dripping with drool, I usually save this for them to feed them. Are you guys happy about that?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do that, and then I'm going to go through also some heart-healthy foods, but we'll do that. Right now what I think we should do is we'll go ahead and bless the food. I'll release you by rows, and then we'll come back, and when everybody's settled, we'll get started so you can eat while you're listening and learning. Does that sound good? Yeah? Are we good? Are we all good? Everyone's happy? Meals are sorted? Can we bless the food now? Fabulous. Okay, go ahead and bow your head. Father, we just love you. We just thank you. We praise you. We give you honor and glory. Father, we just ask that you bless this food, this maximized living meal. Father, you would nourish our bodies with us, Father. We pray that you will give us revelation and help us to be encouraged about how to eat healthy and to glorify you with our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll have the first row. We're going to have you walk through the door where Dr. David is, grab your plate, get your yummies, and then exit through the back door where we have our friend there that's giving us some tea recipe, that we have some tea that one of our, where is she? One of our tea.
There's a new company in town called Tea to Go.
Yeah, Tea to Go.
And it's in Capel.
If you know where Seven Sauces used to be over here, right up at the tap, it's on the other side of the building. Actually, it's all the way through. I think it's Teas to Go over here, Tea to Go. And you can go in and get loose leaf tea. You know, I'm kind of a tea snob. I love tea. And they've got everything under the sun under there. So go by, see them. You know, we try to support businesses that help people be healthy. And these are really awesome teas.
Larissa, wave your hand so you know. So Larissa will be where the tea is. So you can get your tea. And then the dessert table is in the back there. Come back when you get your yummies and have a seat. And then we'll get started. Yep, front's going to go that way. Okay, everybody happy? You got some yummy food in front of you? Okay, so I have a question about one of the meals that was prepared in there. Where do you get the coconut wraps? Where are those? Who got the?
I got them at Whole Foods.
Okay.
And it's organic. No,
Coconut wraps, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, that's a new one. That was new for me today. Love it. There are probably a lot of new things, right? So what I want to do is while you're eating, I want to unpack, and I'm going to have you guys participate a little bit with me. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about heart-healthy foods. And so if you have been on a statin drug, or you are on a blood pressure medication, or a blood thinner, or you don't want to ever be on one, right? These are the foods you want to make sure that you gravitate toward, that you eat lots of these things and have them in your pantry, okay? So we're going to walk through 5 major heart-healthy food groups. And the first one on the list is going to be fatty acids, okay? And so by just a kind of a calling response, I'd love to hear what some potential, like some fatty acids are. Can you guys, in between bites, give me some ideas of good fatty acids? So fish oils, that's a good one, right?
Nut oil.
Avocados, nut oils. Okay, what else? Omegas, she said. So that's good. Omegas. CoQ10. We're going to get into CoQ10 here in a little bit. So fatty acids. Let me give you some food groups that give us lots of omega-3s, because that's really predominantly what we're talking. We want to make sure we increase our omega-3s, okay? And before I get into that for a second, I want to stop and just kind of give you guys a picture in your mind. When you think about fatty acids and the importance of making sure you have healthy fats in your diet, I want you to imagine and remember that your cells, every cell in your body has a cell membrane. And every cell membrane is made up of mostly what? Fat, right? It's made up of mostly fat. So if you can imagine that this is a cell, let's just call it a kidney cell, okay? Imagine this is the cell, and the outside around where my hands are is the cell membrane, and this is made up of fats, mostly fats, right? So in order for this cell to function and to replicate a healthy cell tomorrow, right, it's got to do quite a few different things. And one of the things it has to do is be able to take nutrients in, correct? So it's got to be able to take nutrients into the cell through the cell membrane, and it's got to be able to take toxins that are inside the cell and dump them outside the cell membrane. Is that everybody with me on that? Okay. If this cell membrane is made up of bad fats, then what happens is the cell membrane can be like it's wrapped with saran wrap. Did anybody see Dr. David wrap Steve Davis at the makeover, right? So we took saran wrap and we wrapped Steve Davis. We just kept wrapping him, right? Imagine that this cell is wrapped with saran wrap, okay? If the cell is wrapped with saran wrap, am I going to get good nutrients into it?
No.
If the cell is wrapped with saran wrap, am I going to get the toxins out of it? No. Right. What are some bad fats that we're creating, that we're eating, that are acting as saran wrap? Throw out some ideas.
Fish oil.
No, bad ones. Give me some bad ones. Butter's a good one. What about the French fries that are sitting in my display? Right? Pop-Tarts that are sitting in my display. Lunchables that are sitting in my display. Anything that's microwavable, right, that you're throwing into the microwave, right? All that kind of stuff creates that saran wrap around our cells, right? Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple different eating plans tonight. One is the core plan and one is the advanced plan. And sometimes when we have so much saran wrap around those cells and we start to switch things around and we start putting in the good fats, right? It can be really uncomfortable in the process. So who has done the advanced plan and has experienced some symptoms of like crankiness, moodiness, nausea, queasiness? Anybody? Just me? Cravings like crazy, right? Right? Irritable, right? That can happen when you're grouchy, right? When you're trying to clear the saran wrap around the cell. Now, if I have all of my cells in my body wrapped with saran wrap, can I recover from a disease?
No, not very well.
I can't, can I? Because without nutrients, I'm not going to heal, right? I can't function. Right? That's one of our essentials, right? Essential 3, right? Can I, if I desire to get off medications, is it going to be difficult?
Yes.
Right? It's going to be difficult, right? So, can I lose weight?
No, not likely.
It's going to be difficult to lose weight long term and keep it off, right? The healthy way, right? Unless you're trying to starve yourself. So when I talk to you guys about fatty acids, I want you to be thinking about from the perspective, we're talking about heart health, right? But we're talking about any kind of healing that your body's trying to do. Like one of the first things we do when we've got cancer patients in here, and we have a lot of cancer patients, we have a lot of patients with lots of different kinds of diseases and diagnoses. We have transplant patients, people that have different organs are on a transplant. One of the things we take them through is this stuff I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight, the advanced plan, okay? And that's because you can't heal, you can't recover and make new healthy cells unless you eat good foods and you get them inside the cell. So some omega-3s that you mentioned, omega-3s over here, flaxseed, right? First thing on your list, flax seeds, right? You can hide flax seeds in all kinds of things, right? We have these little snacks in the office here where you can hide flax seeds, right? Little crackers, they're pizza snacks, right? You can get flax seeds that way, but flax seeds, you can get them in bulk at the grocery stores and throw them in everything. And that is a heart-healthy food, increasing your omega-3s, creating a healthy cell membrane, right? Next thing on the list would be walnuts. That's high in omega-3s. So you can make all these lovely desserts, right, that we have, and you can chop up some walnuts and hide the walnuts in there, right? There's also walnut butter. You can do walnut butter. They have that, I found that at Sprouts, and that can be one of those things you dip with celery, right, or green apples, right? That's another really good walnut butter. Yep. Salmon, somebody said salmon already. Beef, right, if it's grass-fed, right, non-GMO, organic, right, beef is good for omega-3s. Brussels sprouts is another one, right? And then the last one on the list is cauliflower. Thus, the cauliflower pizza tonight, right? So that's why when we go over the cauliflower pizza, I want you to be thinking about this pizza that I'm going to show you on the PowerPoint, kind of how to do it, and from some people who do it really well. You may not be picking the pizza up and eating it like you do Pizza Hut or whatever, right? You're going to be using a fork and eating it, but you're also going to be healing your heart, healthy foods, right? And healing the cell membrane. That's the whole point behind getting a lot of cauliflower. And there's actually quite a few recipes in your faux potatoes, different things like that, that you can use the cauliflower. Which, by the way, tonight I'm going to demo some things, but in 2 weeks, so next week I have a Spring Clean Your Body. There's a flyer on your table, in your chair. And I also have in 2 weeks, Catherine, you want to raise your hand, Catherine? Catherine's going to be doing a cooking class. It's a Maximize Living recipe cooking class the non-toxic way. So for those of you who want to like learn how to use your pans and kind of cook and do things in a non-toxic way, Catherine's going to be here, because I've found that we need a lot of help in this area, right? Just learning how to cook. It's tricky, especially if you're trying to do it the way we are, which is trying to heal, right? We're trying to be lean and overcome disease, right? The non-toxic, healthy, maximized living way, that's what you're going to learn in 2 weeks. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll have flyers for you guys. We'll send those around for you guys to be able to make sure that you mark that off and you're here that night as well. So that's the first heart-healthy food that we want to hit on. The second heart-healthy food would be amino acids, okay? So what do amino acids, where do they come from? Where do you get amino acids from? It's tricky, huh? Right? Let me give you one little guy right here that would give you one place in your cooking, right? Bragg's liquid aminos, which you can use for a lot of things, right? I also like coconut aminos, right? That's another place where you can use a lot of aminos. Now you're going to use those instead of this guy. So in your pantry, some of us, maybe one or two of us, right, might have this, or in the fridge, right? So what you want to do is you want to trade this out, because this stuff is bad for you, okay? Yes, this is soy sauce. And let me tell you, you know, if you ever, I don't know if you've ever used this and your hands feel really puffy afterwards, your face gets puffy, your rings don't fit. Does that only happen to me? Is that just me? Okay. This does not do it, and you don't need as much. These two. Wonderful, wonderful for use in cooking, and you don't need as much. So the other place that you would get your amino acids from would be your protein, your whey protein. So these guys right here. So the perfect whey protein has the aminos in it, and it tells you the 22 essential amino acids. So you can make this smoothies, you can make chia seed pudding, you can make all kinds of things with these recipes, and you'll see the uses for them in here, but it's very essential that you get amino acids for healing, for heart-healthy cells and heart-healthy body. Okay, so those are, let me see if I have any others for you. And then, of course, you know, grass-fed beef, those are really good places as well, too. Number 3 on my list of heart-healthy foods would be magnesium, okay? So I don't know if you guys know this, but close to about 80% of the people that end up in the ER with heart pain, the reason why they're in there more than almost 80% of the time is because they're deficient in magnesium. Isn't that amazing? Magnesium, something seemingly so insignificant, can cause you to have angina or pain in your chest where you feel so much pain and you end up in the ER, right? So magnesium is really, really huge to make sure you're getting a good source of magnesium in your diet, and make sure you have the mineral content is super critical. Now, where can I get magnesium in my diet? Unfortunately, because of industrial farming practices, there's so much magnesium leached just from our food in general from that purpose. And also because if you ever drink sodas or you have had sodas, just carbonated beverages in general leach your body from magnesium. So if you tend to be that person, then you know you'll need more magnesium. And as soon as you quit, you'll find that you need less, okay? I have a magnesium here. This one's called Pro Magnesium formula. Some of you use Calm in here, right? Who uses Calm? Okay, some of you. Those are all great sources of magnesium. But food-wise, halibut, spinach, which we'll show you. I have a whole, you know, we'll do spinach, this salad for tonight. But you can hide spinach in a lot of things, right? So you'll get some magnesium that way. Almonds and cashews and cocoa, right? I like cocoa in almost everything. I like chocolate, so put some chocolate and stevia and cocoa in there. So those are all sources of magnesium. So those are places. Number 3, heart healthy, is going to be magnesium. What we'll be making sure that we get is lots of magnesium. Now, how do you know if you've hit your threshold of magnesium? Anybody know?
Diarrhea.
Got it. Diarrhea. So when you take let's pretend like we're not on a lot of medications, but we're taking magnesium, everything else being equal. As soon as you hit diarrhea, then you can back up. So let's just say you take 2 teaspoons, and you'll immediately know the effects of the magnesium. I mean, within 24 hours, you'll know. And if you get diarrhea, then you just back up by maybe like a quarter or half a teaspoon, and do that the next day. And if everything's normal, then you're good. You've found your threshold. If you are taking medications or you're weaning off medications, you'll find you'll need more, because medications, the process of just trying to deal with the medication in your body, you leach out magnesium that way. Okay? If you are a person that gets jumpy legs or restless legs or twitchy, fidgety at night, I think that was my computer beeping. Twitchy or fidgety at night, your legs are kind of jumpy, then you need magnesium. Okay? Easy solution, right? Just get you some magnesium. If you get twitchy eyes, you get, feel like your muscles are twitching and things like that, magnesium.
Is that what it is?
This is pro-magnesium, you got it. So you guys with me on can you feel like the needs there? If you're having like that wormy type of a feeling in your legs, at night you can't sit still, you can't sleep, you have to get up and go sit in a chair because you're waking your wife or your spouse up, right? Magnesium. That's the reason why it's also called calm, because it calms your nervous system down. Yes?
You said spinach. Can we cook the spinach, or is it better to have it raw?
Better raw. I mean, everything is, yeah.
Your body digests it and gets what it needs.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, so are we good on magnesium? Everybody happy? Okay, good.
Does that help you for not crave chocolate? Magnesium?
Oh, that's being on advanced plan for a few weeks, and that'll help your cravings for chocolate. But some of the chocolate we'll show you to do that's advanced plan, and it's good. It's good for you. It's therapeutic. Yeah, perfect protein chocolate. We got a little perfect protein plug over here. Okay, the next thing on my list. So we've gone through number 1, heart healthy food is what? Fatty acids. Okay. Number 2 is amino acids. Number 3 is magnesium. Okay. Number 4 is good old
Garlic.
Everybody knows about garlic, right?
Love it.
Right? Some of us eat a little too much, right? When we're hanging out with our friends. Woo. No, garlic is really, really good, guys. Cardioprotective antioxidant. It reduces the rotting in your body. It's super good. And it prevents heart disease and the hardening of your arteries. Those are all really good things. So anything you can, recipe-wise, you can throw your garlic in is really good. So garlic is another really, really good deal. And then number 5 on my list is going to be CoQ10, okay? I think you mentioned CoQ10 earlier. So CoQ10, and who came to the heart talk? Was that phenomenal or what? It was amazing, just mind-blowing. Unfortunately, the video didn't work. Sorry. We're hoping this video works tonight. Yeah, we're going to have to do it over. We're going to do the sleep talk over. For those of you who came to sleep, that video didn't work either. So, well, it's good to hear it twice, right? All right, so CoQ10. If you are on a statin, then you must be on CoQ10, because the research shows that statin medications leaches your body of CoQ10, which sets you up for heart disease, okay? So you must be on CoQ10 if you're on a statin, okay, right away. Where do you get CoQ10? Statin would be like a cholesterol medication. Yeah, like somebody who's taking a cholesterol medication. Let me see. CoQ10 is found in beef, chicken, and fish, broccoli, naturally, cauliflower, again, here we are with the cauliflower pizza, nuts and seeds. Okay, so that's where you're going to find it naturally. And I think that's really the biggest thing we wanted to say about that. It helps, CoQ10 deficiency is linked to, get this, high blood pressure, diabetes, angina, arrhythmia, and heart failure. Studies have shown that supplementation of CoQ10 for patients with chronic heart failure is safe, improves symptoms, and reduces major adverse cardiovascular events. So we'll go through a couple of recipes Also, if you guys haven't checked out the MaximizeLiving.com website, there's a lot of recipes in the vault there that are not even, like more, that are not even in these books. There's just so many recipes. And then if you haven't subscribed yet to our newsletter that we send out, usually Rebecca will send something Tasty Tuesday, like a new recipe of the week, and we'll get something fun like chocolate cake or something and show you how to make it with walnut flour and things like that. That's my favorite actually right now. I can eat chocolate cake every day, walnut flour, right? So that's really it. Now let's hit the different eating plans. So what are the two eating plans? Core and advanced plan that we're going to talk about. Now, core plan, everything with that circle icon that's in this book here is really healthy eating for everybody, okay? So if you don't have, and I'll show you who needs to be on the advanced plan, but core plan is really good eating for everybody, okay? And what you're looking at is naturally raised versus unnaturally raised animal proteins. That's number one. We're looking at healthy fats versus damaged fats, which we just talked about, right? And we're looking at whole carbohydrates versus refined carbs and sugars. What are some examples of refined carbohydrates and sugars? White bread. Give me some other ones.
Rice Krispie treats.
Rice Krispie treats. That's a good one.
Potato chips.
Only because you might like them, right? Saltine crackers. Pancakes. Donuts, right? These are all places, bagels, right? These are all unrefined, right? So there are there is a list of grains for the core plan that are the good ones in here, like the sprouted things. If you're on the core plan, there's a list in here of good ones that you can have when you're on the core plan, okay? The advanced plan, the purpose of that is reset your hormone pathways. Now there's actually 4 hormones that you reset when you're on the advanced plan. So leptin, have we heard of leptin?
Yes.
Everybody know what leptin is? Leptin is that hormone that your body, your brain, and your leptin, your body tells your brain, burn fat for energy, burn fat for energy. If your leptin levels are out of balance, then your body can't hear it, and it doesn't know to burn fat for energy, right? Insulin's another hormone, right? We all know what insulin is. Did you know that insulin is also known as the fat hormone? Did you guys know that? Anybody know? Everybody's looking at me and they're shaking their head. Nobody knows that it's also known as the fat hormone?
Well, it's produced in the liver.
Well, I mean, think about it. When you're pumping that insulin in there, most of us don't get skinnier, right? Right? Diabetes, right? So I hate that. Insulin and the fat hormone, it's awful, isn't it? So that, and then what else? Ghrelin. Do you guys know what ghrelin is?
How do you spell that?
Ghrelin, ghrelin, right? Ghrelin is your hunger hormone, okay? And then your ghrelin is your hunger hormone. No, different. These are all 4 different ones. And then your HGH, your human growth hormone, right? These hormones all get reset. It's fabulous. They all get reset when you get on the advanced plan, if you need to be, for a period of time. What you do is you reset these hormones. So it resets your hunger hormone, your satiety center. You know, that need for I have to have more, it gets reset. You don't have the cravings for the chocolate anymore. I personally have been doing advanced plan since the 20 and 30 makeover, right? So when was that? February 5th or some 2nd? So February, March, April. So for about 90 days, no cravings for sugar, no cravings for sweets at all. So when you're on the advanced plan for a period of time, it resets those hormones, right? Now next month, we're gonna do a talk, and Dorota, what's the name of the talk next month? It's hormones. What is it called?
Holy hormones.
Holy hormones. That's the name of the talk. I like that. Isn't that good? Next month's going to be holy hormones. So we're going to get into more specifically details about your hormones. But just so you understand, eating on the advanced plan can reset these hormones. And some of us, we need that, right? We need that help. And so that's what this can do for us, right? So knowing that, now what we do is we eliminate all sugars and everything that turns to sugar. So that would be no sugars, no grains, not even the healthy whole grains, right? Not even the healthy whole grains. And then no fruits, only berries in moderation. Now, why would that be?
Sugar.
Because it turns to sugar. Now, if you eat a gala apple and you eat a green apple, which one's sweet?
The gala.
Right. So that's why we can eat green apples, right? Because they're lower in glycemic. The glycemic index is low on green apples and it's low on berries, right? That's why we're going to stay away from, like, if you eat a watermelon, you want to eat the whole thing, right? Because the glycemic, well, I do anyways. The glycemic index is higher, okay? So that's why we stay away from fruits when we're doing the advanced plan. How long?
In berries.
Usually about a cup.
Cup?
Yeah.
All cup?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. A day, yes. Yeah, good. How long should I be in advanced plan? As long as you need to overcome whatever it is that you're dealing with, right? Maybe it's weight. Maybe I had 20 cases of diabetes completely resolved last year, so maybe it's that I don't want to be diabetic anymore. Maybe I have arthritis. Maybe I have cancer. Whatever it is that you have, that's how long until you can heal your body and get the saran wrap off the cell, right, and get all the nutrients in. That's how long, right? It's different for everybody. Some people, after they go through, they say, well, I think I want to do advanced plan for this month and next month do core plan, and they kind of ebb and flow back and forth after they get off of, dealing with whatever the crisis is, because they feel so good, when they're doing it. And so that's the beauty of it, right, Vera? And that what you've done a lot, you've gone on core plan, gone on advanced plan, kind of ebb and flow back and forth. Okay, there was a study that happened at U of M. I'm from Michigan, so my husband just decided that I should throw this study in there. I don't know. My mom would like that. And it was a study about calories, and the theory was that calorie restriction would cause the body to use up its fat stores for energy. The result was everything out there that you see in the store, low fat, right? Low fat, low fat, low fat, right? And what we've done is we've bought into the low fat marketing that resulted in high calories, high sugar, right? Lots of sugar. And are we skinnier as a country?
No.
Or fatter?
Fatter.
Right? Sicker, right? I mean, that's really the bottom line. So this didn't really work. And so the reality is calories are secondary to hormones. And unfortunately, that didn't work because we're going to get into the hormone thing, just like I kind of talked to you guys about a little bit earlier. It's not really the calories, because you can see a Twinkie is 150 calories. And they don't, do they sell Twinkies anymore?
Yeah.
They do?
Came back.
They don't taste as good.
They don't taste as good. Not to me anymore right now. But you've got 22 almonds, right? It's the quality of the food. One of the things that I've noticed, and so when you first get started and you're switching over from core to advanced plan, one of the things that I've noticed is that if you were that person that ate cornflakes in the morning, I'm just throwing cornflakes under the bus right now, and you ate that big old bowl, right, of cornflakes, and you're like, I want another one, right? And you just fill that whole bowl up, that second bowl of cornflakes, right? When you switch over to the advanced plan and you eat your breakfast, there's a recipe in here called grainless granola. Don't think that you're going to use the same bowl. Because the nutrients are so dense in there. What you've got to get in your mind is that you don't need as much. When you start turning yourself into, we'll talk about in a minute, a fat burner or not a sugar burner, you don't require as much food to get through the day, right? So you got to get rid of that cornflake bowl and get like a little cup. There you go. All right, so core plan nutrition that's healthy for everybody, and advanced plan. So advanced plan, if you can see the up arrow, those are all the recipes in the book have all the up arrows in them, right? The little up arrow with the little smiley face underneath it. That's going to be used for hormone repair, weight loss resistance, if there's inflammation and disease management, accelerated weight loss. I have somebody in here who's lost like 12 pounds in like a little more than a week.
Yeah.
How much is it? How much? 12 pounds?
12 and a half.
12 and a half pounds. She just started, right? because she's dumping all that toxic weight off. It's amazing. It's exciting, right? It's like Christmas. You step on the scale, right? And this is what results in also complete health restoration. Now, this is the indication whether you need to follow the plan or not, okay? Some people start on the core plan and transition themselves over if they know they need to do the advanced plan, and some people need to just dive right in and do it. We don't have a lot of time. We need to get busy because there's some sort of a diagnosis that we're trying to deal with. If you can see anything on here that you're challenged with, you know, maybe it's medications, maybe it's obesity or heart disease, or you're on, you know, insulin or something, then this is the plan for you, okay? And one of the things I'll tell you, as soon as you start Maximize Living, what you'll start to notice is you'll start to need your medications less. So you want to test your blood pressure. You'll want to test your insulin levels. You'll want to test these things because you'll start to notice things start to calm down really quickly. So keep an eye on that. As soon as you get an adjustment and you clear the nerve supply, because the nerve supply to your heart it's found in your neck, it's in your spine. So as soon as you clear that up, that goes to your heart every time. The first time adjustment, we used to check blood pressure before and after adjustments. This is my first 5 years in practice, and immediately blood pressure would change after one adjustment. And so we just know that your blood pressure is going to improve just by getting adjusted. You combine it with the nutrition that we're teaching you now, you shut that inflammation down in your body, it's amazing what your body can heal from and overcome from. Okay? Good with this? Everybody good with the indications? Yes?
On the 4 things that are reset, you have the leptin, the insulin, the
Ghrelin and HGH. That's the guy that puts on muscle. Put on the muscle, burn that fat off, right? Speaking of burning fat, the purpose of the advanced plan is to burn fat, detoxify, reduce inflammation, and balance your hormones. Now, my husband likes this little picture. Were you at the makeover when you had everybody grab your belly? He's so silly sometimes. He had everybody grab their bellies, right? So, am I a sugar burner or am I a fat burner? That's what we want to know. We want to be a fat burner, right? Yep. So, if you're a person that relies on sugar for energy, your body's just completely forgotten how to burn fat, and you require regular sugar for energy, and therefore you experience uncontrollable cravings, right? If that's you, you're a what? Sugar burner, right? When you are a fat burner, you rely on fat for energy, and I love this, you burn fat in your sleep. That is a romantic statement right there, right? Is it only romantic to me? Burn fat in my sleep, that's awesome. And the other thing we talked about was extracting more energy from less food. Fat is your body's preferred source of energy with double the calories. So like we said, we don't need that big old, you know, what did I say the bowl was? Cornflakes. We just need a cup, right, of the grainless granola. It's so nutrient dense. Okay, so the central focus is replacing all forms of sugar with that. Isn't that much prettier? Who said that tastes better? Who said that?
It does.
Okay. All right, now we're going to get into our pizza, and I'm going to show you how to make the pizza recipe, and then we'll finish with the taco demo, and then I have some stuff I'm going to talk about salt and any Q&As that you guys have. Are you guys good? Everybody happy? Yes. Okay, good. Now we're going to get into the pizza. So chia seed is another heart healthy food, right? And so you're going to put a 1/4 cup of chia seed and 3/4 cup of water, and you're going to put it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes prior to making your pizza. This thing right here is going to get gooey. Are you ready? Get your camera out. Go ahead. Okay, I won't. Get your camera out. Okay? This part gets gooey, and that's a good thing, right? We eat a lot of chia seeds in here. Do you guys notice? Every time you turn around, you're eating chia seed pudding. My husband's coming up with something he's throwing chia seeds in. He wants to bring it to you guys. Chia smoothies, put them in your smoothies, stick them on your salads.
I do that.
Lovely.
I put them in my grainy thing that I make.
You put them in your what?
My grainy, like all green stuff in the smoothie.
Awesome.
I put in
Yum.
chia seed and flaxseed.
Chia seed and flaxseed. See, there you go. Heart healthy food. We're clearing the what around the cell? The saran wrap off, right? All right, everybody ready to move on? Yes.
Chia or flax, what would you recommend? If you,
For this recipe, chia.
but the chia doesn't spoil like the flax does, so I tend to do more chia seed than I do.
You can do either one.
Either one?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Very good. I found that, because I do metabolics testing, has anybody done the testing in here? I have found with the blood test that we do, we can see how you're doing as far as your diet's concerned. And everybody that follows whatever the recommended plan is, when I retest them, always clears up. It's amazing the results that I get in just 90 days. Like, it's amazing the results in just 90 days. And chia seeds are one of the biggest things, you know, for the omega-3s. Yeah? Okay, so everybody good with this slide? This is the first one. So now we have the gooey mess in the fridge, right? It looks like that in my refrigerator. And then next thing, you got this big old head of cauliflower, right? So you're going to set your oven to 400. You're going to take that cauliflower and you're going to cut it up into pieces and put it in, in the food processor. And it's going to look like rice-like texture. That's what it should look like. Okay? Now, number 3, we're going to take a half a cup of almonds and put that in the processor into fine-like texture, and you're going to add like your spices, your dried oregano, your salt, your pepper, and then you're going to throw that to the cauliflower mix, and you're going to take it and just mix it all up by hand, okay? Now remember, what are we trying to heal? Our heart-healthy foods. So these are all the things, almonds, remember that was one of the things on the list too. So you're going to throw all that mixture together. Once you mix, once it's mixed, make a well in the bowl and add your chia seed mix, which I'm going to show you on the next slide right there, which is now gooey. See the gooey mixture right there? And then what you're going to do is you're going to put a hole and put the chia seeds right in the center. The gooey mixture right in the center. Can you guys visualize that? Does this help? Okay, good. I'm visual. I have to show me pictures. So that's what you're going to do. And then what you're going to do from there, you're going to mix it all up really good. Get it really thoroughly mixed until you put the big old clump right on a pan. So you're going to make your dough, which is not like a regular dough, into a ball. Transfer the bowl onto the baking dish. Flatten it out with your hands. I'll show you the next page right there, next picture. But put it in the oven at 400 for about 25 minutes or until it's golden brown. So you spread it out. You can see it's all spread out, right? And now while your cauliflower is in the oven, you're going to get your toppings and you're going to saute them on your stove top, and you're going to add whatever ingredients that you want. So here's a good place where you can put your garlic, right? Your olive oil and your garlic. Now, word to the wise, if you put too much olive oil in there or coconut oil, it's going to be too runny and it will make your cauliflower soggy. So just put a T9C amount of that in there, right? Am I right on that? Okay. Anything I've said differently? Would you add anything? No. So far we're good? Okay, in a minute you're going to contribute. I need your wisdom.
Okay.
I like your cookware.
You like my cookware? This lady that I know, she's pretty awesome. She showed me about that cookware. Yeah, salad master. Okay. So while the cauliflower and onion, get all your toppings together, saute them on your stove, and then I like bacon, so I'll do turkey bacon, right? And I'll cook that in a separate pan. So you get all your mixtures. Now, if you take your vegetables raw and you throw it on the crust, she's shaking her head, it's not good. Don't do that. It'll make the crust all soggy and the vegetables really won't be cooked. And my family doesn't love it. So maybe yours will, but my family doesn't love it. She's like, no, I don't either. So make sure you saute them and get it to taste really nice the way you like it. And that's what ours kind of looks like when it's all done. Okay? Doesn't that look yummy? Looks good, huh? Okay, so while your cauliflowers, get your toppings, saute, and then once your dough is golden brown, so here's the golden brown, the dough, and then what you're going to do is throw your favorite sauce on the top. Right, there's organic pizza sauce that Sprouts carries. It's really good. Okay. And then take your cheese and put your cheese toppings on top of that. and then put all the rest of the stuff on top of it and stick it back in the oven for 10 more minutes. Now, Dr. Jaxie would say throw another layer of cheese over the top of that. Right, wouldn't you? She's shaking her head, yes. And I would say that sounds like a fantastic plan. So that's not what these pictures show, but that would be a good suggestion. So voila, voila. Isn't that what you say, voila? Now, what did I say about the pizza? You're not going to pick it up and eat it like pizza at Pizza Hut. You're going to use a fork. So you have to get your mindset that we're going to eat this with a fork. And remember, we're healing our heart in the process. Think about all the good foods that were in that right there that's super heart healthy, how wonderful those are. So there's your pizza demo. Is that good? Does that help you guys? Okay, good. Now I think I'm going to do a taco demonstration right here. Somebody, Rebecca, somebody want to come up here and help me walk through? Okay.
Is there a place to find that recipe, or will you hand it out?
Rebecca will make sure, if she hasn't, she'll make sure it's on the website.
Isn't it
She's the
on the Maximize Living website? Or is that a different one?
I believe. Did you get off the Maximize Living vault?
The one I have is not quite.
It's not in the vault. We'll make sure it's on there. Yeah. But I wanted, like, I had it and it just looks like this piece of paper, and unless I unpack it like this, I won't remember to do it. So that's why I wanted to show you. Do you have anything to add? I mean,
No, the only thing different is that I like to buy my cheese from the Boar's Head cheese.
Yes.
It doesn't have it, I buy it in the block and I shred it myself.
yes, okay, that's a very good point. I do the same thing. She says she likes to get the Boar's Head cheese and shred it herself. One thing I'll just tell you about us, like, this is the cheese. I buy mine from Beyond Organic and I have it shipped to my house. But you can get good cheese at Sprouts and your farmer's market and things like that. I think it's really good to always just keep shredded cheese in your refrigerator because you can use that for everything. This is just one of those things, just keep it. We have a tub that's really big and we just keep it full all the time, full of cheese, because we like to throw cheese just like Jaxie on everything, right? Puerto Rican, do Puerto Ricans like lots of cheese? Yes.
Look at the resin in their hands back there.
You shouldn't buy the pre-shredded cheese in the store because it has a
Chlorine.
caking.
That's exactly right. Good point. When you buy the cheese in the store, it's chlorinated and it's got anti-caking and all kinds of, terrible things in it. So you want to stay away from the shredded cheese that's in a store anyway. So I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, shred your own. Okay, good.
And Velveeta never molds. Don't do it.
Yeah, good point. Velveeta never molds, she said. Jaxie, did you have something else you wanted to contribute?
I buy it in bulk, like in the square, and then you can shred it yourself.
Okay, good.
You don't get the chemicals.
Good. Good, okay. All right, so who has had the taco salad before? Are you kidding me? Only 2 people?
Taco salad.
Well,
Taco salad or taco salad in general?
you are so cute. The cruise ship or nursing home taco salad. How about that? You're going to probably have to list off for me. So hold that for just a second for me. Okay, so there's a recipe in chapter 10 on page 148 in your cruise ship book, right? Your nursing. It's called taco salad. And what's wonderful about this is, remember, if we're doing advanced plan, we're trying to stay away from grains, right? And so you'll see how lovely it is to actually make foods that don't have grains in them and actually eat them, and it's super filling as well. And so I have in my Salad Master dish, which if you want to stand up, maybe you might want to come and see. I have in my little Salad Master dish. Not the front row. The front row has to sit down. I have all of my, read my meat ingredients. So you have your ground beef, and then, go ahead and read it.
So half a cup of the chopped onion.
Half a cup of the chopped onion. I got to get my microphone up to you.
A half a cup of the chopped red pepper. A half a cup of chopped mushrooms.
And a teaspoon of salt, right?
Teaspoon of salt.
Now, the recipe calls for Bragg's liquid amino acids, and I prefer to use cumin in mine because it's a little more Mexican-y to me, Mexican food. And so then we'll do chili powder. We'll do, and then we're going to stop right there, and then I'll show you how to throw it all together. this is the next part is going to be all the vegetables that you can kind of do for it. So this is already pre-cooked right here. And then what we would do is we would take all the vegetables and we would throw everything together and kind of put it in a nice little display here, and that would be your taco salad. And so some of the vegetables you'll see here, spinach leaves, so you can get those at Costco, right? A big container of the spinach leaves. Bean sprouts, if you want to use them, we don't have them for today, but bean sprouts, a can of black beans, large chopped tomato, 1 red bell pepper cut in strips, a half a cup pitted olives, guacamole or salsa, pico and cheese are things I add. Like I want it all, just throw it all on there. And so what you do is you mix all your food together, and so we're gonna start with organizing it. To make the salad, tell me what goes in right here. Start from here. Place a handful of spinach.
So place a handful of spinach on a plate.
So we're gonna, and I'm not gonna do a plate, I'm gonna do a bowl like this. So we're gonna take our spinach, right? And we're gonna throw it in the bottom like this, okay?
And
Okay.
You ready?
What's next?
Top with bean sprouts, black beans, tomatoes, strips of pepper, and olives.
Give me one of those and we'll probably have to undo these little guys here.
So bean sprouts, black beans, I don't know. Beans.
Let me take the lids off everything here. Did you guys like all your food? Was it good? Mm-hmm. Yeah? All right, so let me just take this little guy off here.
Really?
Okay, what's next?
That's your phone that keeps ringing.
No, it's my phone? Oh, it's the alarm. Pick up my son, sorry. Okay, what is next? So just give me one at a time. So we're gonna do the spinach.
So bean sprouts.
Okay, and then what's next?
Black beans.
Now we'll scoop some black beans in there, okay? So you're gonna scoop your black beans in here. This is making me hungry all over again.
Advance can have the black.
Yes, moderation, remember? Yeah. Okay, what else?
Tomatoes.
Okay, now we've got tomatoes we're gonna throw in there, right? Okay, next.
Peppers.
Oh, and some peppers here. Can you guys see so far how pretty that looks? Okay. Okay, and then olives, which if you like green olives, you know, you can put green olives in there too, right? Dorota, am I doing okay, or do you need me to do, you want to move stuff? Okay. So now we got olives, what's next?
Oh, sorry, that's it.
And then I add
Whatever else you want.
my other thing, so then the meat would be, place the meat on the top, so then you would take your scoop of your meat and put your meat on the top. And the meat has, I think she told you already, there's mushrooms, there's peppers and onion in here. It's lovely, the cumin.
Is there real meat in there?
Yeah, it's ground beef. Yeah. Do you see that ground beef on the top? You see it? Grass-fed, baby. All the way, $6 a pound. There you go. All right, so the meat on the top. And then I think, then if you have salsa that you like there's a recipe for salsa. I actually have some pico up here. I love pico. Anybody like pico? Yeah, I'm a pico fan. So you can put, and Rebecca says put a lot of pico.
No, I said that's a
Oh, okay. So you put your pico on top. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we've got guacamole. Who loves guacamole, right? Loveliness, right? And then the all-time favorite that Rebecca and Jaxie and everybody loves, little beautifulness of cheese, right? So, are you deprived on the advanced plan? Does that look lovely? So this is taco salad. Y'all need to make this every week. In our house, we have what's called Taco Tuesday. And so Taco Tuesday, without the corn shells, this is what we have. And so it's wonderful and easy and heart healthy. You guys like that? Good, okay, good. I'm gonna feed my staff this in a little bit. It's your favorite recipe?
She put some red pepper flakes in the meat when she's cooking.
Nice. Okay, another suggestion was to put red pepper flakes in the meat when you're cooking it. I'm gonna put the lid back on here. on my Salad Master, what do you call this? Electric skillet. I don't know all the proper terms yet. I just love it. Okay, so we've got the taco demonstration. Now Dr. Becky told me that salt comes up a lot, and we needed to talk about salt. Okay, so that was going to be one of the frequently asked questions. Anything else about the taco salad? Rebecca, since you helped, why don't you go eat, baby?
What?
She's like, what? I'm holding the camera. Okay, yeah, that's in this book here, guys. The cruise ship taco salad. That is page 148. It makes y'all want some, huh? Make you want to go home and make it. Can you see how easy that is? That was a pretty easy recipe. In fact, my kids can make this. They're really good. Okay, now one of the things that came up regarding heart and a healthy heart was salt, right? That comes up a lot is should I have salt? Should I not have salt, right? And who grew up on this? That's all there was, right? This is what we grew up on. Now, I don't know if we knew this, but the research on this guy, I pulled, of course, I'm a nerd, so I pulled all the research on this, but this stuff is like, they take natural salt and they heat it to 1200 degrees through this extreme chemical process, and they destroy literally all the nutrients in this. And it results in anti-caking chemicals, MSG, and I think there was a metal on the other side, aluminum derivatives. So it becomes, quote, fake salt, right? Now, when they talk about not eating salt because it causes heart attacks and heart disease, this does do that, right? Mm-hmm. So, but what I think we've bought into is that this equals all salt. This just equals the bad stuff that we want to stay away from, right? So I have two, Joelle, will you hold the two? We have Celtic Sea Salt and we have Himalayan pink salt, right? Those are the two that are in my cabinet. If you haven't seen the cabinet at the front office, the not so good is on the left, and the better, the best, the God foods are on the right. So what you want to do is you want to have things like Celtic, which is these things come from the sea. There's good mineral content. This is actually therapeutic for the heart. Let me just read the benefits because there's too many. Celtic Sea Salt, the blue one, and these are found at Sprouts. You can get these at Sprouts. I think you can get them at most grocery stores, right? Market Street. The nutrition in this is 60 trace minerals, this guy. Helps balance your sodium-potassium ratios, which that's not what you're told, right? It helps balance it if it's the right stuff. It has powerful electrolytes like magnesium, trace elements required for proper adrenal, immune, and thyroid function. Wow. Thyroid function, guys. And digestive enzyme enhancers, which helps your body absorb more nutrients from food that you eat. So the best one as far as sea salt is going to be the Celtic. Now, the pink one, this is also called pink gold, right? That's another term that they use for this. The Himalayan crystal salt has 84 elements found in your body. And the things that it's beneficial for is regulating water content throughout your body.
Wow.
That's kind of an aha, right? Does this regulate water content? No, right? So I think we've bought into the lie that we should stay away from salt, and it's therapeutic. Let me list other things. Promotes healthy pH balance in your cells, particularly your brain cells. And a healthy pH, acidic pH, disease only lives there. Cancer only lives in that zone. If you have a healthy pH over 7.4 in that zone, cancer can't even live there. You want to be in that zone. So this helps to promote healthy pH. Promotes blood sugar health and can help reduce the signs of aging. I like that, right? Assist in the generation of hydroelectric energy in the cells in your body. so the cells can talk back and forth properly to each other, absorb food particles through your intestinal tract, supports respiratory health, sinus health, prevents muscle cramps. Again, we're talking about that magnesium thing, right? The muscle cramping. Promotes bone strength. It's interesting, you know, we think about the cramping that we can get in our legs, like right in our muscles. And the doctor tells us to stay away from this. Well, no wonder we're getting all the cramping and stuff, right? Because we really do need salt. We need the right amount with the right minerals. Promotes bone strength, regulates your sleep, supports your libido. Promote vascular health. My husband's gone. Yes, he's not here right now. He would have ran all over that one. Promotes vascular health, regulate your blood pressure with sufficient water and potassium intake. Pretty good, huh? Yeah. So there's your sodium benefits. Your salt. So let's get your salt, the Celtic or the Himalayan pink sea salt. And if you want to take a picture, I always keep it in the display cabinet so you guys can go through and know which things to buy. That was the most frequently asked. That was the most frequently asked question that I had. Anybody else have like cooking or food or whatever questions? Because we got a whole group of people that can contribute. Anjali?
I know there has to be a misnomer that I've heard about iodine. If you aren't doing that salt, you're not getting the iodine. So speak to that misnomer.
Yeah, that is a misnomer. I mean, it's really all about the minerals that your body needs to have. I mean, this one I think has the iodine in it. Yeah, yeah. Remember, this one's promoting thyroid function, right? It's giving you what you need to promote thyroid function. Did you have something you wanted to add?
Repeat the question.
Oh, iodine. She was asking about, I'll repeat them all. I'm getting in trouble, you guys. I'm getting in trouble.
You're not getting the same iodine that you would in...
No, this is...
That is iodine, so
this
you
is,
are getting the iodine
this is
in that.
toxic.
But it's not good.
It's toxic.
If you want the iodine, take an iodine pill.
Yeah, this is the toxic stuff. You want to get the natural stuff. This is the natural.
Sea salt doesn't mean that it's the good sea salt.
That's right.
If it's white, don't bother.
Right.
With it.
So just because it says sea salt doesn't mean it's good sea salt. That is so true. I mean, you really want to make sure you're getting like the Celtic and the Himalayan because, well, I mean, it's just like stevia out there. Dr. Becky's been taking everybody to go shopping, and she told me, Dr. Kimberly, please tell people to stop buying stevia in the stores because, you know, McDonald's is caught on, and they decided they wanted to get that corner of the market, and they're mixing the stevia with MSG and sugar and all kinds of other things. And so that's why we sell the stevia in here, because we know where the source is coming from. So salt is not salt just because it says sea salt. Organic is not organic just because it says organic. That's why we try to teach you guys to really read the labels, right? And so same thing with salt. You know, that's the same thing.
I told you earlier about the only good use for that salt.
Yeah, we had a good use for this, right? I think fleas are a good use if you have fleas in your house,
Well,
right?
If you have fleas, but the one that I use it for, you know, in the old days, the cattlemen going across, the cooks would clean their iron skillets with gravel and sand. I use salt on mine.
So cleaning your iron skillet. I like the fleas. If anybody have animals, you put this all over your carpet and it kills the eggs.
Yeah.
That's one thing I heard.
So the pink is good for the thyroid also?
Yep, you got it. What other questions? I think there was a couple other questions in the back.
I
Yes.
was wondering about fat and cheese. I've just been taught all my life that it's not a good fat. It's very fat.
Well, you want to have everything you buy, you want not to buy into the low fat craze. You want to buy full fat, whether it's in cheese or yogurt or any of that kind of stuff.
But it's good fat.
Good fat, yes. That's the stuff that's going to give those cell membranes. Any kind of fat is going to give those healthy cell membranes so then you can absorb. You don't want to do margarine. Margarine is basically the saran wrap around the cell. So you want to stay away from that. Everything should be full fat in cheese, dairy, yogurt, that kind of stuff.
She's right and wrong. If we're talking about commercial cheeses, because all the fat or the toxins are going towards the fat, you don't want to eat that. So it doesn't matter if this is no fat, you still don't want to. But if it's grass-fed and grass-finished, or then yes, it's a different story. You want the fat because it's really healthy fat.
Yeah. I don't know if you got confused by that. Are you okay?
Like the Kerrygold butter.
Yeah.
It's grass-fed
Yes.
butter. You find the same
Yeah.
thing.
Kerrygold butter is Kerrygold, Kerry, Kerrygold. You can get it cheaper at Costco. So if you're a Costco member, that was in your Kerrygold was in your broccoli. Listen, we got good butter. Yay. Okay. So Kerrygold, that's good butter. And they have cheese as well too. Kerrygold cheese. Yay. Good.
Ghee butter, all right.
Does anybody? Yes. Ghee butter is good. Is there any good cottage cheese out there? I don't know if there's any good brands. Dorota's shaking her head no. Nancy's? Where do you get Nancy's?
Sprouts.
Sprouts? Okay.
Nancy's.
Nancy's. Cottage cheese is what she said.
Is that on the?
They have organic and non-organic, but both are very good because they are from grass-fed cows and
They have organic and non-organic Nancy's. So we all just learned something. Cottage cheese. Yogurt. Yep. Full fat, Greek, plain. Make sure you look on the back. There's no other ingredients for your yogurt. Like it doesn't have artificial sweeteners in it. You got to be really careful of that on your yogurts. Yes.
I've read that kefir, if you're going to do fermented anything, fermented
Kefir.
is usually better for you.
Yep. You got it. Fermented is.
Plain, don't get the
Yep.
fruit in it.
You got it.
Full of sugar.
Yep.
But I love
Fermented kefir. Fermented is the best.
strawberries and, oh my.
You got it.
Are you talking about yogurt? Kefir, it's a type of yogurt.
Yes.
With goats, which makes it more digestible.
Kefir yogurt.
So you gotta have it plain.
Plain, definitely.
Plain. And she said you add. What do you add to yours?
I put chia seeds in there.
Chia seed.
I put, crumbled nuts, and I put gluten-free granola type thing.
Okay.
And,
There's
and
lots of
that's
things you
plenty
can.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That is plenty sweet.
You can buy the stevia that we have here in the office, the flavored stevia, and I would put frozen blueberries and put flavored stevia on it, and that's how I have my yogurt, is that way. And I buy fermented, it's called a Amasi, A-M-A-S-A-I. I order that from Beyond Organic, and that I have my cheese and my yogurt shipped to my house every month. Yeah, from Missouri.
Jeez.
Yeah, raw milk cheese. You got it. Any other good sources of where we can get this from? Does anybody else know?
Beyond Organic.
Beyond Organic. Talk to Dorota. She can show you where you can get that. I have that stuff delivered to my house. I go through 8 cases of that a month for the 5 of us. Because my daughter, that's when she stopped nursing. I went straight to Amasi after that. That's what she had. My 5-year-old now.
And that's fermented.
Yeah, dairy. We went to Dorota and I went to their farm. These cows are treated better than we are. When they are milked, 15 minutes a day that they're milked, and their praise and worship music playing 24/7 for these cows. And if they ever get infections in their udders, they're taken out of the mix and they're never allowed to be milked again. Yeah. We used to order our beef from there too, but they don't sell beef anymore because I guess they limited amount of cows.
Do you have a website for that, or?
Rebecca would have to, or Dorota would have to tell you how to get it. I think you have to go through, I don't know, there's some special way. I mean, have her tell you later because I don't remember how. Anything else? Any other questions? Was this good?
Yeah.
Did you guys like this? Okay, good. I'm glad. Let me bless you guys and leave, and I'll be here to answer any questions for you if you have any. Don't forget the upcoming things that we have coming up, okay? In fact, I should pass these around. Don't forget, everybody get one of these for the cooking class coming up. Next week, I'm doing Take Your Flyer, Spring Clean Your Body. So we're going to move into how do I cleanse the saran wrap off my cells, right? That's going to be next week. So we'll talk about parasite cleansing, kidney cleanses, liver, gallbladder cleanse. I have like some people who have actually cleansed like 300 stones, like gallstones. And I have lots of people who have healed their gallbladders and saved them from having to get them removed. So we'll go through some really awesome cleanses next week. And then the following week we'll have Catherine, wave your hand, Catherine. and she is phenomenal. She'll be cooking for you guys and showing you how to do it the non-toxic way. So it's from 6 to 7:30, and you'll be doing advanced plan meals. Is that what you're going to be doing? So we'll be doing advanced plan meals, and I think we can use all the help we can get, right, to learn how to do this kind of stuff. I hope this was helpful for you guys. It was fun for me. I enjoyed it. I'll go ahead and bless you guys and let you guys take off. Father, we just love you. We just had so much fun enjoying what you have given for us, this healthy food. Father, we just pray that you will quicken our hearts and our spirits. Give us revelation knowledge so that we can take this information and apply it to our hearts and to our lives, that we can share it with our friends and our neighbors and family members that are suffering and looking for an answer, Father. We just thank you that we have you and that you have given us Maximize Living to be able to point people to health and to restore them back to their full Maximize Living potential. Father, bless these people in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.